Hello, my beautiful Capricorns. Welcome to your reading for the next 2 weeks. And if you're new here, this is Divine Light. And in this reading, we're going to start with your coffee cup. Then we're going to move on to your tarot and oracles. By the way, if you go on to enjoy this reading, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want that energy to come back to you, go ahead and hit subscribe. Let's dive in right away and see what's coming your way. I see there are tears of joy falling out of your cup. It seems like within the first week, you might receive some good news. This is outside of your comfort zone. This is outside of your current zone. So it can be something. The first time I thought it's like a time zone. Maybe for some of you, this is a different time zone that you're going to receive the message from. And it's actually traveling towards the second week timeline as well. So this can be something which is going to last maybe 2 weeks when it comes up, or this can be something that is going to affect the next 2 weeks, the news coming. It can be even because I see like there's a path opening here. It can be outside of your comfort zone. Maybe someone coming towards you, okay? Within the second week, in the beginning of the second week, we have someone here. Kind of looks like someone rooted and grounded. I see number 8 right there. This can be a powerful creature. Kind of looks like a tree. And if you know the Lord of the Rings, there is in the second movie Ents, which are humanoid plants. I feel like here now the Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of like inspired from them. Now I'm I just put the 2 and 2 together. I don't know if they're like in the same time that it's written or maybe later. So the humanoid plant can be you because you're an earth sign. And this is you getting outside of your comfort zone. As soon as you do, there's someone meeting you there, okay? And getting outside your comfort zone can be even going to a different shop for shopping and travel, take a different pathway to go to work. Or if you always call up the same person every day, maybe calling up some other different friend that time, and that person is going to be meeting you in the middle, okay? And I see there's a letter V above your head, which has like a little drop of water inside of it. This can be a victory. This is going to bring some sort of a victory. The water, kind of like that drop, can be your tears of joy. So this person might really have something that you need at this time. So, and maybe this is something that they want to get rid of, okay? Because we think sometimes that what we need is impossible to achieve, but there's someone out there who wants to just give it away to us too. This can be an expensive furniture that people that don't have the space for it anymore, okay? Which I recently read a story online, and this can be something that maybe you want to sell and this person desperately needs it, and they're going to travel to where you are, or you're going to bring it to them and they're going to pay for it. It can be something like that too. Either way though, this is going to be something satisfactory for you. You're going to feel that satisfaction, okay? And another thing I see inside the cup is there's someone here smiling. This also looks like a root or a body of a tree. And the tree is a good sign. Tree means establishment. Tree means growth. And also trees tend to, if nothing bad happens, they live forever. And they don't really have a tendency to die like humans. So unless they get sick or something like a lightning strikes, even the lightning strikes, they can re-flourish from where they left off. So tree has this kind of self-healing property and renewal, and this can be indicative of a renewal opportunity for you, okay? And I see that you are showing up as tree twice and you're happy. This can be something, a new event is something happening. Maybe this can be people. I see someone here maybe wearing a cowboy hat coming, someone who has this kind of like a natural nature connection to animals coming into your life, and maybe even renewing some things within you, giving you some hope. And this is not looking like excitement. I feel like it's looking like a peaceful moment for you. So you're receiving something very peacefully, and under your feet here, there are many people coming to see you. This can even be, for some of you, it can be a recognition of your good work, your grounded hard work. If you maybe written a book or you have your artwork out there, This can be if you're a teacher, maybe you're retiring, your students are coming to celebrate your like hard work that you put on them. Something that is going to be really satisfying is showing up here. I see there are phone lines also forming, so you might actually create long distance, long bonds with them, like to connect with them for a long period of time as well. So this is not going to be an ending. This is going to be a new beginning for you. Okay, maybe this is graduation, celebrations. If I don't think this is now, August is the graduation time, but if you pass the time, it can be something like that also happening here. There are two pathways in between the first week here. Short little pathways. This can be interviews if you're looking for a new job. This can also be like a little family visit or friend visits, because I see kind of like the houses right here, one on top of each other, and there's another tree, guys. There's another tree right here. They're like tree after tree. It is a very good sign. So some of you are actually creating something for the long term. And this is because the first tree is light and white. It's empty inside. So it can be in the thought form at first. Then it's going to become spiritual. Then it's going to become material. But like everything, this is going to initially require some taking care of, like caring. And I see people are forming around it, like the faces. You can see the faces here, big eyes. So it might require gentleness in a sense of communication, openness, vulnerability, acceptance. Those kind of empathy might be necessary here to really create this strong bonds in this tree. Okay, this can be, for example, an idea. Maybe you are a teacher. I started with an example. Maybe you're retiring, but you want to continue to teach, but this time you want to create your own school, your own courses. Okay, I even see like online right now, masterclass. There was actually a website. I don't know if it still exists, but I watched Helen Mirren, for example, there that she was teaching acting, and also Natalie Portman. Even though these people are not really teachers, that's not their main job. They have amazing things to teach. And so this can be something that maybe you're thinking, now I'm retiring, or now I'm leaving this in the past, I'm moving on to a new shores. But it seems like in the new shores, there's still something that you can bring from the past and apply it there, okay? Because these trees are big trees. They are not like this one is newly planted, but this one is a big tree, okay? So that big tree is planting its own seeds again to grow the forest, basically. Another thing I see here is there's a face right there, and their eyes are large, extra large, and I see a heart shape above them. From the second week, you might meet someone. Capricorn, you might meet someone, because I kept saying tree all the time. Now I'm thinking that was I reading for a tree? No, but this is you. You are the earth sign, so you're grounded energy, which I admire when it comes to that. The patience the Capricorn has, that listens patiently, understands, and sometimes they don't do them. They don't really go with other people's. They're not really attached to other people's flows. They're very grounded where they are, but they're patient with everyone. So my sister is a Capricorn, so I love that about Capricorns. But this doesn't mean that you're stagnant and you're waiting. You have a flow and you're going with your own flow. Another thing here, when you are going and doing you're going with your own flow, you're going to start becoming magnetic. You're going to start attracting the right opportunities. Being in the flow is actually following your passion day to day. It doesn't mean the passion has to be the same thing. It can be different things as well. Another thing I see here is there is a phone line forming. It can be even about receiving right information the right time. Another sign here is a heart shape. There's a person right here. This person looks like their heart eyes. They really love you, admire you, adore you, and they can come with like a beautiful love offer. But I feel like they're watching you from a distance, afar right now. They don't really have the confidence because you are really powerful, or they're waiting for the right time, okay? But you're going to realize this person's existence and their admiration. And if you don't rush it, if you allow them, give them space to come forward, I feel like they're going to do their move. They're going to make their move right here. You're side by side. Oh my God, they're actually right across the table. They might even invite you to somewhere that you're going to sit across the table from each other. I see here, this kind of reminds me a mammoth, kind of like the ones in the Ice Age, the cartoon. So it can be because they're strong, powerful, kind of like the ancestors of the elephants. This can be something for the long term you're forming with this person. I see a dinosaur here carrying a flower on its back towards you. Dinosaur can be symbolizing someone older who has a gift for you, okay? This is separate from the scene of this dinner or the conversation you're having with this person that admires you, but also right above it. So the dinosaur can be symbolizing someone maybe older than you or someone in your family who has maybe a hierarchy, and they're bringing you a gift, and because they might sense this relationship is going to somewhere as well that's going to be actually improving. And this can even be if you're currently have a partner, your partner is falling back in love with you and maybe recreating that past, like the beginning a new love energy, okay? And then this can be the family also being there for you. Another thing I see here, there's a pathway opening towards the end of the second week, and there's a legal paper there. There is someone here coming up with a grumpy face, a masculine figure. I see a star on their forehead. This can be Aquarius, and they might be coming up with a lot of logical reasoning of a certain situation and how it cannot be done. And that's why maybe you're carving out the pathway and telling them, look, this is how it's done. And then showing them the proof of how this thing can be get done. So if this is someone telling you, oh, you cannot do that, it's impossible, it seems like your intuitions or maybe your inner knowledge, the things, your life experiences already guiding you towards the right direction instead of just taking them or maybe their negative attitude into consideration. It's about like looking at the thing, the situation in a different perspective, okay? Because you already know the answer to it. Another thing I feel here is, like I said, there's someone with this eyes looking at you. This can even be someone who's going to bring you a massive gift right here, okay? And that gift is going to attract some other thing that is meant for you from the family that you haven't received maybe for a while, or you have been fighting for to receive this thing, but the family is blocking it. I don't know why the dinosaur just makes me feel like a family, but it can be also if you're working in a family environment that you're a part of it, but you're not really attached to it. You don't really have a bloodline. It can be like a company and they say they are like family. So it can be something like that, but I don't feel like it's exactly that. Okay. And yeah, you're going to get something from that as well. It seems like they're carrying, the dinosaur is bringing something towards you. I'm going to dive into your saucer, and if you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind, and let's see what the answer is going to be for that one. It's so bright now. I don't know if you can see it. It's shining so brightly to me. Your desire has some time, but it's coming when the time is right, flowing so easily. Number 3 here in your heart space again, maybe you want to do something creative, but you don't know how you're going to make it happen, or you have a creative idea that is keep coming. There's a second desire also following, but it is going to require you to hold somebody else's hand right there. You see that you're holding someone's hand right there. So maybe the solution is to give, to help, okay? When you help someone, that's going to actually become your solution, or you're going to find the solution through the help that you're giving them. Another thing I see here is there's actually this looks like a bottle with little straw in it. So the straw always makes me think like there's an easier way to take care of something. So when you're drinking, for example, if you chug something, it can spill all over you. But so the straw symbolizes that if you're stepping into a new environment or is studying something, getting to know someone, beginning of it, the straw can actually symbolize you're doing it like bit by bit. One, I was going to say bite, but it's not the bite. So one step at a time that you need to move forward here, because the end is going to come. This is going to be completed. You're going to do it, or this is going to actually form if this is a partnership, but it requires a little patience. Okay, that's why the necessary tools, the patience, the guidance will be given to you. That's why that straw shows up as something that you can use to take things slow. Okay, let's dive into your tarot now. We're going to start out with your current situation. Then we're going to look into what happened in the past, the recent past affected this, and then the present, which you can do, what the future holds after that for you. Let's see what's happening with that. Eight of Swords. It seems like you feel like you're trapped somewhere, but you can see the swords are not really directly. This one kind of looks like it, but some of them are not really directly holding her. Another thing here is she is actually, this is not her real skin, so she's not really getting stuck somewhere, but you have the feeling. This is the feeling of it. This is the idea of it, because the swords is a mental energy. So you're thinking that I'm trapped here. There's no way out of the situation, because you were going for the freedom, financial freedom, and enjoying that freedom, having space for yourself. And this can even be, I'm feeling like maybe even a desk on your own in the place that you're working, in the office that you're working. Maybe you're with 8 different people here that you need to share your space. It can be really frustrating. And so, but you were going for the freedom and independence and material satisfaction. Let's see. 8 of Coins is, again, the second 8 here. She's making, as you can see here, symbols of the pentacles. She's crying a little bit because maybe the birds are flying away. I'm going to look at the legend, because these are all legends. And she is working diligently on the new thing that she's learning and she's figuring out. So seems like here, in the current situation, you might feel like you don't really have any options now in your current space, but it seems like here there's a way out of there, and it can include you in the current moment focusing on what can be done. We have a German fairy tale here, the 6 swans. The 8 of Coins represents the long haul, the slow, in the middle of a project that needs to be completed. This is like the work that you need to do, the things that you need to learn. The little princess needs to keep weaving nettles in silence if she wishes to set her cursed brothers free. So this is like a legend. That's why she's crying. So I feel the same energy here with the 8 of Swords. Like, you have a way out of your situation, and that will give you a craftsmanship, that will teach you something. Your commitment, determination, and ambition, and concentrating on solving the situation will bring results. Okay, let's see why is this happening. Because it seems like you celebrated something, you achieved some amazing success when it comes to material satisfaction, or this can be indicative of something that you really wanted to accomplish. You brought the people together. Now, maybe because you brought some people together and your close friends or family, now you need to wait for them because you feel like you're trapped, or you're the one who's guided them there. So you are trapped in a situation. Maybe that's why this is happening. But it seems like here, 9 of Coins, your goal was stemming from some new things that you started doing, maybe, or this can come to you as an idea. You didn't pursue it yet, but it just showed up as an idea of a new investment, or purchasing something, a house, a car, going to school, some new material thing that you started, and your goal was to material satisfaction. Seems like here, even if you're not completely satisfied here, but it still has something to celebrate. Okay, 9 of Pentacles is a beautiful energy that symbolizes joy that you're feeling out of your gains. So you're still celebrating. And another thing here with the 8 of Coins comes from the 7 of Coins caused this. So 7 of Coins, we see here, this is, I think, Mayan story that the gods think that in order to achieve what we want, the or the king thinks, in order to receive what we want, we need to sacrifice something. The plants, the seeds that we planted are not going to grow if you don't. And so maybe you're thinking, I need to give something away. And that's why it led you towards building something, okay, learning something. So it's not a bad thing, because everything that comes our way, everything that we learn in the journey of life, always, it's just think of it as a tool that you're adding to your tool belt, which you will pull out when time comes and use it in the right place, okay? And that seems like that's the case right now. I interpret this all, I know, because we have a lot of coins in the material sense, but this can also apply to relationships, friendships too. And what you can do in the present moment is, okay, guys, 5 of Cups here. She doesn't see the 2 cups upright, that she has gains. You have some gains here. You have the castle right there. If you can turn around and see what you have gained, you're going to be able to see your castle. You're going to be able to connect with the moon and receive intuitive guidance. Your path will be illuminated. But your focus is on the 3 things that you haven't received or didn't happen. So, and this is actually coming as a suggestion. I feel like here, turn your gaze towards your gains at this time. That's something that you can control. Another thing with the 9 of Swords is a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you go to sleep with stress, you will wake up with nightmares. So if you are feeling this is going to go bad, or thinking this is going to go bad, you're just feeding energy into the situation, okay? So instead of creating a self-fulfilling prophecy, again, this kind of comes up in the moment as an advice card here. Try to focus on the solution. How can I fix this around? Or what do I need to do? And there is a prayer I posted on my community page as well from A Course in Miracles, that whenever that you feel that way, that I have no choice, I'm stuck, you can pray to the creative energy that you believe and ask for guidance every day. Where would you want me to go? What would you want me to do? What would you want me to say? And to whom? Please guide me. And then the guidance will move you towards the right direction. Okay, that's what can be done. And 5 of Wands kind of looks like a competition here, but also we don't know if they are training or competing. Somebody's actually like putting some leg in there. So there might be in this moment a battle, a competition, or some people that you're facing right now. Instead of just going into the fight, if you can avoid the fight, go ahead and avoid. I want to pull one more here. Yes, 6 of Coins is giving and receiving. Instead of just maybe fighting other people's battles or thinking that you have to fight in order to get what you're desiring, I feel like your 6 of Coins coming to show you there's a better way to handle the things. Okay, what you put out is what you get back. If you put out a negative challenge energy, that we're always in challenge, I need to fight through this, I need to push through it. Instead of that, 6 of Coins is not pushing, it's giving away the good energy and receiving it multiply. So this can be like maybe helping someone to get something what they want, so you can get what you want in return from them. Okay, it can be like that. Or if you need help, asking for help. That's another aspect of the 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Coins. Another thing, let's see where the future holds for us, is the 6 of Swords, which is good because you have here the waves are actually wild, but we're going towards the calmer shores right there, and there's like new homes, a new life, something. You're moving on from this competitive, negative environment if you're in such a position. So this is mental movement, not like the 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, like emotional movement. But it seems like mentally you are actually detaching from, if you had any emotional connection to this situation or fear connecting you. In the future sense, it seems like you're finally saying, you know what, this doesn't serve me anymore. I'm going to go out there and do something that is actually serving me, or find a place that I belong. If you feel like you don't belong in the space, I'm going to go somewhere that I'm going to find friend environment, work environment, family environment, whatever it is that you're in at this moment. I'm going to find that place that supports me fully. And it seems like that's going to lead you towards a certain direction. King of Swords, we have a lot of Swords energy coming here. Can be a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Someone, maybe even a mentor, guidance. Someone stoic, logical, strong, powerful, and stable. This can be someone who's going to come into your life to guide you. And this can be even some energies that you're going to embody and to take charge of the situation and become the ruler, because you already gained the experience. You already have some sort of financial backing, or maybe you're going to create it along the way, and you already created, established in the present moment. You're going to be establishing good friendships and support for yourself. Okay, so then you're going to be utilizing it in the future. We have the King of Coins. Not only you're going to start taking logical steps that will lead you towards success, but also you're going to establish yourself in a position that might even put you in a very powerful, materialistically powerful, receiving all the resources, or finding something that maybe you're not working, but you want some more support, finding the right paperwork to fill it out, because I feel like Swords energy, the court cards also have a little bit like a knowing how to fill and write paperwork, because they're all about like the words and writing, like speaking, but also can be writing the words as well. And that will lead you towards success when it comes to materials. Okay, this is actually a king who is strong, established materialistically. He has all the worldly things that he desires, and he has plenty of it. So he doesn't have the concerns. He's calm, cool, collected, which is your masculine side, King of Coins. Okay, I'm going to pull your oracle guidance now. Let's see what Oracle has to say for you this time. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Inner knowing. Where does it come? The inner knowing. I feel like the inner knowing shows up here in between. When you face with a self-fulfilling prophecy, and maybe this is creating an inner conflict. When you recognize that in the present moment, then you're going to be able to get into the mood of really giving and receiving, okay? And Medicine Mother as a healing energy right there showing up. So she might be suggesting that you go into first healing yourself. This can be medicinal healing, like the modern medicine. This can be spiritual healing, whichever one actually. This can be healing your body through exercise or other things, or this can be spiritually if there's something you feel like missing in there or broken in there. It's just focusing on that one, okay? And when you start to do the healing work, maybe on other people, it doesn't have to be you doing the healing. Maybe you have healing powers and you start to use that. What's going to happen is that's going to honor your inner knowing, which will guide you towards the right direction. We have the moon. Take note of intuitive messages during this time. You might receive a lot, so have a pen and paper handy, and whatever that you write down with your hand that actually sticks. Not more like taking notes with your phone, but writing things down really stays with you. And you might really receive intuitive nudges, ideas, inspirations, guidance towards your heart's desires. Finally, I have the summer. Bask in joy and light. I feel like this is actually enjoying the summertime if you're during the summer, or B indicates actually partnership and hard work. So if you are, maybe you have been putting a lot of work into certain things, doesn't have to be physical. It can be mental work that you're putting into your life right now. And this is basically suggesting that there is sunshine in there, okay? There is sunshine in there. There is a produce in there. It is in the now. Okay, 9 of coins come in the now moment. So it is in the now that you have already created something. Bask in the joy and sunshine, light of those things, and that will multiply, because the bees actually with their activities, they pollinize the flowers. They actually help reproduce and growth of the nature, basically. Let's pull your crystal to charge your intentions. And I'm going to show you the picture of the crystal, and the writer actually created these with the intention. So when you look at the picture, take a picture of it, it is going to have the same effect. what we have is the tiger's eye, courage, optimism, and power. And I can feel the colors here matching with this tiger's eye a lot. Leo, Capricorn, and Sun is actually the energy here we have. Leo is taking charge, Capricorn is you, and the Sun is the optimism and basking in the light of the sun. And courageous and brave stone tiger's eye motivates you to show up as your best self, dispelling any fear and doubt in your path. Known as the shapeshifter, tiger's eye embodies healing energies from both the earth and the sun, drawing your optimism toward you while also grounding you in reality. Call on the warrior inside of you and pursue your ambitions with laser focus. With confidence, strength, and power, tiger's eye helps break through the blockages that stand in your way. Activate the warrior inside of you, which can be obtained. We have a little I'm not selling these, guys, I'm just showing. This is really easy to get if you can find even this kind of a little piece of a tiger's eye. You can carry it in your pocket. Can be a reminder that you are capable of achieving anything you want. Okay, having the courage, optimism, and power. Let's pull your heart path oracle. Let's see where your heart is leading you. Okay, we have the tree again, guys. The tree, something about tree. If you can find, that's what I'm suggesting recently. If you can find documentary about trees, maybe which tree actually speaks to you, or an article. I remember back in the day, I used to get National Geographic's the paperbacks. I don't know if they have it anymore. Maybe you can find one of those and read about those trees. It can have some guidance for you in there. We have the butterfly psyche, soul, take a risk. Okay. It's connecting to the many energies of the past, the souls and spirits, and it's also creating new energies right here. Let's see what the writer actually intended while creating this beautiful card. Take a risk. Your message. You're at a crossroads in your life. An important decision needs to be made. Even though it seems dark, the mysterious full moon is lighting your way, cheering you on. The purple metropolis in the background represents the unknown, but there you go, it's all the purple. But it also represents adventure. Butterflies know even when they are caterpillars that they have to make this journey. You know that you must too. Although many in your life are still asleep, you have woken up and are ready to act. Trust that now is the right time for change. Listen to the still, quiet voice of your heart, which will always lead you where you need to go. Allow the next phase of your life to begin. This is amazing, guys. Positive things are manifesting around you at a rapid rate. Keep your spirits and attitude positive, and you will be led to where you are supposed to be at the perfect time. Live your life with joyful anticipation and love. There's an affirmation here for you. I allow new experiences into my life and trust that I'm being guided by a higher force. Wow, I love that. Okay. Right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. And if you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.